to Uncle Dave's Brigade. Today I've got Foreigners Double Vision. Yes, this is one of my favorite bands of all time. Boy, did I ever play the heck out of that album and 8-track. I had them both in back in '77 whenever they first came out with this album. It was awesome. Everybody had this one. So we'll talk about that later. If you're new here, the way I do it, I talk in the beginning, I talk at the end, talk about the history, background stories, a little bit about the song, a little bit about the group and artists and that kind of thing. Sometimes trivia, it just depends on what I can dig up on these guys. So let's get to it. This is the official video. And while I do that, bring it up, you can hit like, subscribe, post notification bell, leave a comment. Let's go.
Feeling down and dirty, feeling kind of mean. I've been from one to another extreme. This time I had a good time, ain't got time to wait. I wanna stick around till I can't see straight. Fill my eyes with that double vision. No disguise for that double vision. Ooh, when it gets through to me, it's always new to me. My double vision is the best of me. Never do more than I really need. My mind is racing, but my body's in the lead. Tonight's the night I'm gonna push it to the limit. I'll live all of my years in a single minute. Fill my eyes with that double vision. No disguise for that double vision. Ooh, when it gets through to me, it's always new to me. My double vision always seems to get the best of me. The best of me. Ooh, double vision. Need double vision. It takes me out of my head, taking me out of my head. I get my double vision. Oh, seeing double, double vision. Oh, my double vision. Double vision. Yeah.
All right, everybody has interpreted this song to be a drug song. I did too. And it may be. Mick Jones and Lou Graham wrote this song, and they got the title from a New York Rangers hockey game that they were watching. And John Davison, one of the players on it, got knocked out completely cold, and they took him out of the game. Excuse me. And they announced on the PA that he had a concussion and that he had double vision. Well, Mick had never heard that term before. And he said, well, that sounds like a good title for a song. He said, I'm going to work on it. And so he and Lou got together and wrote this song, Double Vision. And he said it wasn't intended to be a drug song, but he said he didn't care whether people took it as a drug song or not, but most people did. And if you read the lyrics, it does kind of sound like it. So, but that was the inspiration of it. It was about a hockey player getting knocked out at a game, and so that's where the title came from. Anyway, but that's the background. But Lou Graham to me has always been one of the best voices in rock and roll. He's so versatile. He can sing these power ballads like this one, Jukebox Hero, some of the other ones that he sings here, but then he can turn right around and he can sing some of these slow love ballads, and he experienced that whenever they were wanting him to sing these love ballads. Now he prefers to sing these power ballads, these really rock and roll ones like Double Vision and so forth. But Waiting for a Girl Like You, he didn't really want to sing those kind of slow songs like that. But of course, he's being a team member, he did, and he's a smash hit, and he's a wonderful singer on that as well. So that shows the kind of talent that he can go either way with his voice. Now he has had some health issues in the last few years. He had a brain tumor a few years back, a number of years back, and the brain tumor was benign, but it rests on the pituitary gland, and it caused him not only to gain weight, but it affected his voice as well. So his voice isn't. I saw him on a concert last night, in fact, and it was a few years back, 2016, I believe it was. And the voice just wasn't as powerful as in this one. But he's quite a bit older too. So, and this was back in the day. And but this was their one of their big hits. They hit the ground running. They were formed in '76, and this came out in '77. Interesting fact about '77, this was their banner year. They had their first eight hits were all in the top 10, and that hadn't been done since the Beatles. And so that was a remarkable feat for a band that just came out. Now, these guys weren't new, they were all seasoned veterans. Mick Jones, the lead guitarist and founder of the band, he was with Spooky Tooth, another British group from way back when. And so he had been around and been in a few other bands, and been a record producer and writer and singer songwriter for many years. Lou Graham had been in a number of bands as well, smaller bands that didn't have the recognition. But boy, when they got together and along with Ian McDonald, the bass player, and they really formed their house group. And they're not in the Hall of Fame, and here's the reason: they're too commercial, according to the critics. I think it's a bunch of nonsense. If they produce good music and it stands the test of time, which it does, you could be in the Hall of Fame. And they fit both of those categories. They write good music. It's a good sound. Some people consider it poppy, and they don't want them to be in the Hall of Fame. They they're too commercial. Who cares? They should be in the Hall of Fame. And that's my 2 cents worth. But you can get you in the comments down below if you think they should be in the Hall of Fame or not. But they got my vote. But yeah, some of the people, there's a lot of politics involved in the Hall of Fame nonsense, and there are people that should not be in the Hall of Fame, and there are people like this that will never be in the Hall of Fame that should be. But I get a little irritated sometimes when I see the Hall of Fame list and what's going on there. But that's another day. But anyway, that's a little bit about this song and about the group. We will get back to them another day. And they got a lot of hits. And like I said, I wore out that album and I wore out that 8-track tape. I would have that blasting in my little 75 Cutlass Red Supreme back in the day. Boy, wish I had that car back. All right, guys, thanks for dropping by. Hit like, subscribe, post notification bell, and don't forget to join the brigade here. I need your help. Thanks to all you who have helped me get to halfway point. I've got 500 subscribers, 502 actually. so as of today. So thank you so much. I'm trying to reach 1,000, so I'm halfway there. Appreciate it. So help me, help Uncle Dave out. Thanks a lot. Bye.